Hello everyone, welcome to another video. You ready to learn more about your rights and responsibilities as a Filipino? I am your guide in this module, our rights and responsibilities as Filipinos. Let's go. We have learned that every right has a corresponding responsibility. To refresh your memory, let us recall the rights that we have discussed in the previous lesson. These are the right to life, the right to property, the right to vote, the right to equal protection of the law, the freedom of speech, press, and assembly, the right to religion, the right to information, the right to cultural, artistic, and scientific participations. Some rights of children include the right to life and to be given basic needs, the right to education, the right to relax and have fun, the right to express one's opinion, and the right to develop one's own skill. Do you think you can still remember these rights? Take some time to read each statement. Is there any right that you forgot to recall? Well, that's fine. As long as you remember them now, that's what matters. Let us continue. As we have tackled earlier, every right has a corresponding responsibility. In this part of the lesson, you will learn about the responsibilities associated with the rights that we have just mentioned. Let us start with the right to life. What is your responsibility as a Filipino in relation to this right? That's right, you have the responsibility to preserve your life. You cannot kill yourself. You should not do anything that would result to your death. Why? Because you have the right to life. Other people also have the right to life. Thus, you also have the responsibility not to harm or to threaten others. You should not take the life of another person, because he or she also has the right to life. Next is the right to property. If you have property, what is your responsibility in relation to this right? That's correct. You have the responsibility to use your property well and to get the maximum benefits out of it. This right also comes with the duty to see to it that it is utilized in a sustainable manner. Using resources wisely to keep them available for the future is an important responsibility when it comes to property rights. Furthermore, you should not use your property to harm other people. You have the responsibility to use it in such a way that does not interfere with the rights of other people. If you have a farmland, you cannot dump your wastes into the river flowing near your property. Doing so will pollute the water, and other people who use the river for domestic purposes will be affected. Let us move on to the right to vote. How should you exercise your right to vote responsibly? That's correct. You have the responsibility to be informed on the qualifications and platforms of the candidates whom you are going to vote. You have the responsibility to research on their track records and capabilities. You have the responsibility to vote wisely and not to be swayed by popularity or superficial factors. Your vote reflects your choice of leader. Hence, you should see to it that you vote someone who is qualified and capable enough to serve the country and the people. Another right that we have is the right to equal protection of the law. How can you exercise this right responsibly? You have the responsibility to treat other people fairly, regardless of their social status, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or political affiliation. You should not allow yourself to be swayed by personal biases and prejudices. You should not allow stereotypes to dictate your treatment towards other people. Instead, you should treat others the way you want to be treated. Moving on to the freedom of speech, press, and assembly. What is your responsibility as a Filipino in exercising your right to freedom of speech? That's correct. In speaking, you have the responsibility not to utter words that are not true. You should not spread fake news because it causes chaos and confusion. You should not also use your freedom of speech to promote violence, hatred, and discrimination. Your freedom of speech should not come at the expense of trampling other people's rights. Let's talk about the right to religion. What is your responsibility as a Filipino in exercising your right to religion? That's right. You have the responsibility to respect other people's religion. You should not force your religion on other people. You should not discriminate those who are different from you in terms of religion. You have the freedom to choose your own religion, and no one has the right to interfere in the choice that you make. Next is the right to information. As a Filipino, what is your responsibility in relation to this right? That's right. You have the responsibility to make use of the information that you have gathered in making wise and sound decisions. You cannot use it to spread false information. You cannot use it to promote violence and hatred. Instead, you should use the information that you have gathered in advocating for the greater good of your community and country. Also, in this globalized world, the internet allows people from different countries to communicate with one another. In relation to this, what is your responsibility as a Filipino in communicating with foreigners in the internet? That's correct. You have the responsibility to promote the good image of the country and people. You should not insult or discredit the country. You should not put the country in bad light instead. You should promote the rich culture and warm hospitality of the country and its people. You should show them the beauty of the country and its people. The next right that we have is the right to cultural, artistic, and scientific participations. What is your responsibility as a Filipino in exercising your right to cultural, artistic, and scientific participations? That's right. You have the responsibility to participate actively in cultural, artistic, and scientific endeavors. You have the responsibility to support the cultural and artistic projects and programs initiated by the local government units. Now, let's focus on the rights of children. What is your responsibility as a Filipino in ensuring that the rights of children are protected? That's right. You have the responsibility to promote and protect the rights of children. You should not allow them to perform hazardous activities. You should not allow them to be exposed to violence and other forms of abuse. Children are the future of the country. Thus, they should be nurtured well. In general, what is your responsibility as a Filipino in relation to your rights and the rights of other people? That's right. You have the responsibility to perform your duties and obligations as a citizen. Being a citizen means you have certain duties and obligations that you need to perform. If you fail to perform these duties and obligations, you may not enjoy your rights and privileges as a Filipino citizen. If you want to enjoy your rights and privileges, you must go with the flow. What do you mean by this? Flow. That's right. You must go with the flow of peace and order. You cannot break the law and at the same time enjoy your rights. You cannot commit crimes and still enjoy your rights as a Filipino. It doesn't work that way. Let me give you some examples of rights that you cannot enjoy if you violate the law. As a student, you have the right to express your opinion. However, if your opinion goes with the flow of uttering slanderous remarks, then you lose the right to complain if you get punished for it. As a consumer, you have the right to adequate services from establishments. But if you start destroying their property, then you lose the right to complain if you get barred from entering their establishment. Rights and responsibilities go side by side. They cannot exist independently. Your right ends where the rights of other people begin. It is your responsibility to see to it that your rights do not violate the rights of other people. Always remember that your rights come with responsibilities, but your responsibilities come with rights. If you are responsible, you can enjoy your rights. If you are not responsible, you cannot enjoy your rights. To end this lesson, I challenge you to reflect on this question. Can you give some situations wherein you can exercise your rights and perform your responsibilities as a Filipino? Write your answers in the comment section below. Make sure to check the points that you have accomplished and missed. This will help you assess yourself and determine the things that you need to improve. That's all for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this with your friends. Once again, this has been your guide. If you have some questions or suggestions, feel free to write them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Till next time, goodbye.